ready to fall. I've been holding in everything. I just wanna say the words out loud. I won't let it get the best of me. Gravity holds the key for me now. I'm ready to fall. I'm leaving it all behind. I'm ready to fall. All of these ghosts, I'm letting them go this time. So cut the line. I'm ready to fall.
Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. And I say, it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to the faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. And I say, it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Sun, sun, Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun.
Forever could never be long enough for me to feel like I've had long enough with you. Forget the world now, we won't let them see. But there's one thing left to do. Now that the weight has lifted, love has surely shifted my way. Marry me today and every day. Marry me if I ever get the nerve to say hello in this cafe. Say you will. Say you will. Together could never be close enough for me to feel like I am close enough to you. You wear white and I wear out the words I love you. And you're beautiful. Now that the wait is over, and love has finally only showed her my way. Marry me today and every day. Marry me if I ever get the nerve to say hello.
This day that Nathan and Courtney have been dreaming of, planning and waiting for has finally arrived, and here we are today, your closest family and friends, all gathered together. Almost a year ago, when Courtney and Nathan started planning this day, one of the first things they did was decide on their guest list. Each of us here today knows Nathan and Courtney by birth or good fortune, and you have had a significant place in sharing, affirming, and shaping their lives, and they yours. I want to see my daddy. You were invited here today by Courtney and Nathan because your relationship with them is meaningful and so special to them that they wanted you here today. So today we have 3 responsibilities to Nathan and Courtney. First, we're here to witness this moment in their lives as they say the words and make the commitment to be husband and wife. Second, we're here to offer our support, not just today, but for the rest of their lives in any way they may need it. And lastly, we're here to celebrate Courtney and Nathan and all they mean to us and to each other. This is beautiful. It's a beautiful day, a great location, lovely flowers, beautiful wedding party. All of this adds to this day, but really this day is all about you. It's all about a great love. In other words, we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you and your love for each other. So thank you, Nathan and Courtney, on behalf of myself and your family and friends for inviting each and every one of us to be here at the start of this brand new chapter in your lives. Nathan and Courtney, behind you sit 2 of the most important couples in your lives, the ones who loved you first, molded you into the wonderful people you are today, your parents. Doug and Terry, Bob and Heidi. Between you, you have over 65 years of happily married life together. Nathan and Courtney are blessed to have come from truly loving families who recognize the importance of marriage and would like everyone to know that who they are today is the result of many years of support and sacrifice by their parents. Your parents take great joy in both of you as they have watched you grow and arrive at this special moment in your lives. They have loved you, shared anxious moments with you and over you, prayed for you, dreamed for you, and affirmed you. So because these individuals have played such an important and vital role in your lives, I ask, do you, the parents of Nathan and Courtney, give your blessing to this couple and promise your continued love and support and to uphold them in their marriage? At this time, we pause to remember those who have left us too soon, but not before gracing us with special memories only they could create. They have helped to touch our hearts and make Nathan and Courtney the people they are today. We know that they are with us in thought and spirit today and always. Well, first off, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you, Courtney and Nathan, for asking me to be your wedding officiant here today. It truly is an honor to say the words that will unite you as husband and wife and set you upon the wonderful journey that marriage is. As you may already know, Courtney and Nathan have known each other for more than 10 years, from way back in high school. And I guess you could say this is a storybook romance. As they work together at Storybook Gardens in high school. Courtney as a camp counselor, Nathan as a ride operator. After a few years, they started dating, and then in August 2021, on a walk, we're all home. On a walk at Mystery Falls with Cedar, Nathan had the ring tucked in his backpack, and at just the right time, he popped the question, and here we are today. Nathan, you love that Courtney is family-oriented, sociable, and has the ability to ask a question even if she knows the answer. Courtney, you love Nathan's warm, loving, and caring personality, and that ever since you've met, he has a soft spot for kids. A lot has happened since you first started dating almost 6 years ago. You've both finished school, have joined the workforce, moved in together, become dog parents to Cedar, and now you're ready to take the next big steps in your journey together. For the past 6 years, you've been working on the foundation of your relationship, and that foundation has been built on all of the little things that you say and do for each other. It's not about the big things, because when we stop and think about it, we can count the big things on our fingers, but it's the little things, the day-to-day things that make a marriage strong. It's the kind words, respect, and mutual understanding that are so important. These qualities that you love about each other are great building blocks for the foundation you have been building in your relationship that has led to this most important day. Today is beautiful, but not every day in your marriage is going to be that way. Some people feel that your relationship will change once you're married, but if we're going to be honest with ourselves, it should be the opposite. This wonderful love that you already share should only get stronger and deeper. The only way your relationship should change is for the better. Use this strong foundation that you've worked on for 6 years and build on it. And when those tough days come, when your love for each other is not as easy as it is today, remember this day. This energy flowing between your hands. The feeling in your heart at this very moment. Do you remember your first kiss? Yes? And that's your answer, you're sticking with it. I know it's been a long time. But do you remember what made you fall in love with each other? Yes, that's for sure. So those are the feelings from today and those days from years ago that will get you through the tough times. Having a good marriage is not easy. It takes lots of work and constant attention. It takes giving and taking and knowing when to let things go. It takes compromise and commitment and always knowing when to say, I'm sorry. And I think anybody here that's been married for some time would have to agree with all that. My sincere wish for you both is that one day you'll look back on today and realize that the love you felt for each other today was just a fraction of the love you feel for each other many years from now. And I know it's hard to believe that you could love each other more, but you will. Marriage is a labor of love with rewards to last a lifetime, and all of us here couldn't be happier for you. All right, you ready for this? You fell in love by chance, but you're here today because you're making a choice. You both are choosing each other. You've chosen to be with someone who enhances you, who makes you think, makes you smile, and makes every day brighter. Will you, Courtney and Nathan, keep each other as the favorite person in your life? To laugh with each other, go on adventures with them, support one another through life's tough moments, be proud of each other, grow old together, and find new reasons to love each other every day. Awesome. So Nathan and Courtney have written their own vows to exchange today, so I'm going to let Nathan go first.
I got it. Court, I can't imagine what this past almost 6 years would have looked like for me without you in my life. I can never get over how personable you are with everyone. Every time I've introduced you to friends, family, anyone, I'm always in awe at how you can make them feel valued and important with how friendly and engaging you are. Luckily for me, I am the one that you are choosing, and I get to continue to be amazed by you every single day. I will forever be grateful for the confidence and love you show me every single day, and I promise to do the same in return. I promise to value and love your family as much as you have mine. I promise to find you more time for yourself, because sometimes you are too selfless for your own good. I promise to continue working on being more patient, positive, and thoughtful. And most importantly, I promise to bring you popcorn at night whenever you want it. I cannot wait to continue growing our lives together, raising our dog, who had to leave, and adding more members as well. I'm so excited to see the mom I know you will become and watch you thrive as the support and glue of a family, even if you teach our kids to be a little bit too competitive. I look forward to trailer trips, late night fires, long, stressful walks with Cedar, and even further forward, kids' sports and events that we get to watch and be proud of. There are so many things I cannot wait to experience with you, and I promise to be at your side for all of it.
Nate, I'm standing up here today with so much love in my heart for you. All the things I loved about you when we first met still hold true today. You are my handsome, very handsome, hardworking, warm-hearted, and fun-loving man. It's hard for me to remember the days before us. Our lives meshed so well together. I really do feel like we were meant to be, and that there was this perfect, mate-sized space waiting for you to become a part of my life forever. Today I want to make promises to you that I will keep until the end. I promise to cherish all the small things in life with you, like watching Jeopardy on the couch at night, our early morning walks with Cedar, and enjoying a happy hour on the back deck. I promise to value your opinion and listen to what you need, even though sometimes I may think I know what's best. I promise to experience firsts, be adventurous, stay silly, and to never lose our spark. And I promise to always keep fighting for us because I know we can overcome any obstacle together. You've always wanted the very best for me. You strengthen my weaknesses, and you bring focus to my dreams. I still can't believe that I found a man who values family, friendships, and our future in the same way I do. I've always been a fairly indecisive person, and you've helped me through so many big decisions, and you're making this one so easy for me. I choose to spend today and all of my tomorrows with you. I love you.
In ancient times, it was believed that the vein in the fourth finger of your left hand led directly to your heart. So by encircling this finger, your heart is forever touched by the one who loves you. The circle has been a symbol of completeness, a symbol of committed love. An unbroken and never-ending circle symbolizes a commitment of love that is also never-ending. As often as either of you looks at this symbol, I hope that you will be reminded of the commitment to love each other which you've made here today.
You're as perfect as you've ever been, and that sweater you've been living in. Can you see it? 'Cause I see it. Windows down, going 85. I look over and catch your eye. Can you feel it? 'Cause I feel it.
Nathan and Courtney, on behalf of everyone gathered here today, I would again like to thank you for allowing us all to be witnesses to this most incredible event in your lives, and know that we'll be here to support you in any way you may need in the future. Nathan and Courtney have made their vows to each other in our presence, and have confirmed their promises by the joining of hands and the exchange of rings. By the power of your love and commitment, and by the authority given me by this province, I pronounce that you are at this very moment in time husband and wife. Nathan, you may kiss your bride. At this time, I would ask everyone to please stand if you're able, and put your hands together, as it is my great honor and privilege to present to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Ball.
Yeah, I need it. 'Cause we got this thing that I can't describe. Like I fell for you in another life, and I'd fall again 1,000 times. And I mean it, yeah, I mean it. Every little fork in the road, never feel my hand letting go. If I did, you know I'm running back. You and me, we got a love like two names on a tree. Sure as every breath that you breathe. Every beat is like a heart attack. You and me, we got a love like that. if you keep running, I'll keep running. I don't know what's coming, but I know one thing. Every little fork in the road, never feel my hand letting go. It's like finding a treasure that's always been hiding. The first time that I see inside it and realize it's always been you. It's like reading pages and pages of stories of greatest adventure and glory. It's always been about you. When I close my eyes, it's you I see. I wanna feel like this forever and catch my breath every time you step into a I wanna hold you close and never let you go. 'Cause I know forever was made for me and you. For me and you. For me and you. For me and you. I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off in my city,
Okay, first coming in is Emily Wilkie and Kyle Huxted, known as Huxted.
feeling when we
Emily's been a friend of the couple for about 6 years, soon to be sister-in-law. Huxley met Dave through Kyle during their college years.
it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it.
Next is Sarah Miazga and Dylan Carter.
See but you when you dance.
Next we have Tanya Moto, Harper the Stud Edwards, and Atlanta Fisher.
My blood is rushing.
Next we have Maid of Honor Kim McCarrican. She's the middle sister in the McCarrican clan.
That hot blood in my body.
Lastly, Maid of Honor Steph McCarrican, Elvis and the McCarrican Girls, and Leader of the Pack.
On my chest, how you love the things I hate about myself. And I wanna know, but wait, I see hope again. Oh, I'm a mess when I overthink the little things in my head. You see, when the always help me catch my breath, but then I lose it again. When I get you that's the end. And why do I get so nervous when I look into your eyes? Butterflies can't stop me falling for you. And darling, this is more than anything I felt before. You're everything that I want, but I didn't think I'd find someone who's worth the weight of all the years of my heartbreak. But I know now I've found the one I love. And I love the way you can never find the right things to say. And you can't sit still an hour in the day. I'm so in love, let's run away, because silence is enough. And why do I get so nervous when I look into your eyes? And butterflies can't stop me falling for you. And darling, this is more than anything I felt before. You're everything that I want, but I didn't think I'd find someone who was worth the weight of all the years of my heartbreak. But I know now I've found the one. Come close, let me be home for anything good or bad. I know it's worth it. And darling, this is more than anything I felt before. You're everything that I want, but I didn't think I'd find someone who was worth the weight of all the years of my heartbreak. But I know now I've found the one I love.
All the way. All the way. Oh my God, is that hard? No, it's not moving.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? For those of you that don't know me, I'm Courtney's father, Doug McCarricker. And it is my privilege and great pleasure to welcome you all to this wonderful day of celebration for the marriage of Courtney and me. I would like to thank all family and friends for joining us today to make this a very special and memorable occasion for them both. I'm also very pleased to see that you all made it to the right location. To many of you, it would feel like it's out in the country somewhere, but it's Strathroy. All three of our daughters live here, all within 5 minutes. Some of our guests, that was the two-sided stuff I was telling you.
Told ya.
Some of our guests have come from far away to be with us today. We have Nate's and Courtney's friend Alana from Surrey, BC. Carrie's cousin Nancy and her husband David from Alabama. My sister Kathy and her husband Robert and their daughter Brittany from Kentucky. And Terry's brother Tom and his partner Jen from Vermont. And we appreciate you going that extra mile to be with us here today. I'd also like to remember some very special people who we sadly lost over the years. Courtney's grandparents on both sides. Bill and Edith Anderson, Bob and Doris McCarricker, and as well as on Nate's side, his father's parents, Terry and Betty Ball. But although they are not with us, they are very much with us in our hearts and minds as we celebrate this day. I'd also like to thank everyone who has helped in the lead up to and during the wedding day, in whatever way possible, big or small. You all played your part to make today special, and it's very much appreciated. There's a lot of thank yous in here. That's why I'm the first one. As parents, we all live in hope that one day our daughters will find a partner, settle down, and get married. And we all want the best for our daughters and hope that they will find the right one. The one that will make them happy, make them feel cherished, and will look after them always. The first time that I met Nate was in our backyard. Courtney was out sunbathing around the pool. I just happened to look out the window, and I saw Courtney talking to some guy. So naturally, I go outside to introduce myself as Courtney's father, so I could find out who it is that Courtney's talking to. Anyway, we talked for a few minutes, and I find out that they both work at Storybook Gardens, again, for the summer. Court as a camp counselor, and Nate as a ride operator. With that, I say to Nate that I'm sure I'll see more of you. And then I go back inside. About 10 minutes later, Courtney comes in the house and says, "Dad, how could you do that? You made it sound like we were seeing each other. And we're not." I said, "Sorry, honey. I got the impression that you were." Well, that was just over 5 years ago. And here we are today. I guess that was check and then checkmate. During the time we have known Nate, we have come to realize just how special he is to Courtney, and how much of a kind and caring person he is. So Nate, may I say welcome to our family. We know you will be a good son-in-law. You clearly love Courtney, and will always look after her. Bless her two sisters. And what more could a parent want for their daughter? Our advice to you both is to always put each other first and talk about everything openly and honestly. And to remember that although neither of you will ever be perfect, with the strength of love, mutual respect, and understanding, you can be the perfect match for each other. Marriage is ultimately a partnership based on these values. So if you always keep them in mind, your marriage will be long and successful one. Now, I was particularly touched by the wedding ceremony here today. I'm not afraid to say, but I did allow myself to shed a small tear. After all, it's not every day you give your youngest daughter away. Courtney, I have to tell you, you look positively radiant. Absolutely spectacular in that beautiful wedding dress. And your mother and I are very, very proud of you today. But of course, it's nothing new in that. We've always been proud of you and supported everything you've done and accomplished in your life. Court, you've always been very competitive. When your sisters received the French Achievement Award in grade 8, you knew that when your turn came up, you also would have to receive that same award, which you did, plus several other awards. as well. And then you finish it off by being named the Grade 8 valedictorian. Also, again in public school, when your sisters went on to compete in the regionals in public speaking, you again set your sights on matching them. But Court being Court went all the way to the provincial. I thought I'd finish with a small poem that sums up just how important you are to your mother and I, which goes like this. We were wonder-struck when first we saw your face and first held your tanning hands. We did not know that moment was only the beginning of wonders. You have become more than we ever dreamed. Finally, I'd like to propose a toast to the happy couple. I ask you to join me in raising your glasses in a toast to a very long, happy, healthy future together. So ladies and gentlemen, please stand and raise your glasses to the new bride and groom. Court and Nate.
Court and Nate. Cheers. Welcome everyone. My name is Terry McCarricker and I'm Courtney's mother and now Nate's mother-in-law. Thank you so much for being here to celebrate the happy couple on this very special occasion. Now, Courtney has always been very close to her sisters, Stephanie and Kimberly, and they've been invaluable to her in the many months and weeks leading up to today. Court followed in the girls' footsteps from public school to university. When it came to scholastic achievements, she's always excelled and dove in headfirst to any extracurricular activities she possibly could. From individual and team sports to seminars for tomorrow's leaders in an enriched leadership class in high school, to becoming a soph at Western for a few years. Then when she went to McMaster for occupational therapy, she met a group of lifelong friends who she continues to remain very close with today. As your dad has already said, Court, we could not be more proud of you. And now we have a new son-in-law to welcome into our family. Nate, last August, when you said you wanted to come over to talk to us about something, we had a sneaking suspicion that we knew why, and we couldn't have been more thrilled. We knew how ecstatic Courtney would be when you proposed, and she truly was. Now, besides Nate and their pup, Cedar, who did a really good job today, too, didn't he? Let's hear it for Cedar. Now I lost my place. Okay, two of the things that Courtney loves are family and everything about the Christmas season. We have enjoyed introducing Nate to some of the finer things in life, like at Christmas when it's imperative that you watch the movie National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation every year while wearing the appropriate t-shirt attire. And at Christmas dinner, you always wear your hat, your paper hat, that comes from the cracker you pull apart with whoever it is you're sitting beside. Nate, you're such a good sport, and you're always up for any form of trivia. As a couple, Courtney and Nate are extremely organized and have covered so many little details in the planning of their wedding. On your table tonight, you'll notice that there's a picture of each of them, and your table number coincides with the age they are in the particular picture. Isn't that cool? As we celebrate today on this 11th day of June, we can look back at some important marriages with many years of combined happiness, all in the month of June. All in the month of June. My parents, Doug's parents, and Bob's, Nate's dad's parents, were all married in the month of June. It's definitely a positive sign as you start your new life together. So congratulations to you, Courtney and Nate. We wish you both a lifetime of happiness, laughter, and a love that continues to grow with every year you share together. We love you both very much and would like everyone to join us tonight in making this a fun and memorable night with our extra special couple, Mr. and Mrs. Ball. Thanks.
Thanks, Doug and Terry. Next up is Nathan's parents, my much older sister, Heidi, and her husband, Bob.
Hey, thank you so much for all of you joining us today as we celebrate Nathan and Courtney. We have family and friends coming as far as BC, Lake St. Peter, Cloyne, Plattsville, and Tillsonburg. So special thanks to all of you who have also had a long drive to be with us today.
As many of you know, Nathan was our first child. Uh-oh. I'm gonna really try. When he was born, as many parents do, we had so many hopes and dreams for him. Some of those are the same wishes we have for him today. Love, health, and happiness. Look at you. And over the years, we've realized that if you have those, some of the other things don't matter so much. What we didn't realize at the time, let me get through it, Nate. What we didn't realize at the time was how much joy and happiness he would bring to our lives, and we are forever thankful for that. What we also know for sure is that he has become everything that we had hoped he would be, and so much more. He is kind, generous, loyal, and instantly fills a room with fun. He is one of the hardest working people we know. He is competitive, devoted, and treats everyone with kindness and respect. And as a result, he's loved by everyone, young, old, and in between. And when you look at the people who have stood up with these two today, I think it says a lot. This is a fantastic group of people. And if we had hand-picked the people who would be with Nathan and Courtney all along, these are, you guys are laughing, but it's so true. These are exactly the people that we would have wanted to be with them. So thank you so much to each of you for being such good friends to them. When we were planning what we would say to all of you tonight, we were going through all of our favorite memories of Nathan, and that very quickly became a very long list. So we had to cut a bunch out, but these are some of our favorites. Snuggled up with my mom in the hospital room shortly after he was born. Laying on the couch beside my dad when he was a baby every Sunday when we went for dinner. Him taking his first steps down the hallway in the small house we were renting at the time. His face lighting up when my sister Holly came to babysit him. Hide and seek with my brother Rick. Nathan would cover his eyes and think he was hidden. And when it was Rick's turn, Rick would do the same. When Nate was little, I think about 3 or 4, he asked for strawberries for Christmas from Santa. The first time he rode his bike down the sidewalk beside our house on St. Lawrence Boulevard. I remember flying kites, playing baseball, and going for bike rides in the summers when I was off work and Bob was working. Nathan and his friend Khaled, thinking they were making quite a fashion statement with one sock pulled all the way up to the knee and the other sock scrunched all the way down to the ankle.
I can remember playing basketball with Nathan and his friend Khaled in the driveway, which I always won. How proud we were when he received the Principal Award for Leadership and the Male Athlete of the Year when he graduated grade 8. How hard he worked playing basketball and hockey in high school. I remember Heidi and I pulling together snack trays for him and his friends so they at least had some food to go with their liquid diets in their backyard gatherings. And I'll never forget Kyle, aka Walking Tall, adjusting my track lighting in the garage with a 2x4. Remember Nathan standing on the seats at Jack Astor's on his birthday and singing loudly and proudly, "I'm a little teapot," complete with all the actions. How proud he was pulling into our driveway with his first car, a Mazda. Food was never allowed in that car or any car since. Countless hours he spent helping me with any project, big or small. Seeing him carefully balanced on the edge of his bed while Shani and Dax were sprawled out across the entire middle. How excited he was when he and Courtney bought their first house together, and how hard they planned to ensure that they had everything they needed when they moved in. Everyone here knows how organized they are and knows they didn't miss a thing. How proud Nathan and Courtney were when we first met Cedar, and not at all surprised what good parents they've been to him. How excited and nervous he was when he was planning on proposing to Courtney, and we see the wonderful young man before us today. Nathan, we love you, and we have always been more proud of you than we could ever begin to say.
We heard more about Courtney from Doug and Terry, but from what we have come to love about Courtney over the years, she too is kind, loyal, loves to have fun, devoted, hardworking, and competitive. After listening to you, I feel like we got that right. We think it's interesting that her and Nate share many of these same qualities. Some of the things we love most about Courtney. Watching her open gifts. She's so excited. It's very endearing. Playing games. She loves to have fun. But make no mistake, she is playing to win. She writes the most beautiful messages and cards. Paint night with her and her mom. She may be tiny, but she is mighty. When we moved a couple of years ago, Courtney was slugging some of the biggest, heaviest boxes without a thought, and she didn't stop all day. And of course, most important, she makes Nathan so very happy. Courtney, we love you. We feel like you've been a part of our family for a long time, but we are so very happy to officially welcome you to our family today. Doug, Terry, Steph, and Kim, thank you so much for all of the love and kindness you have shown Nathan. And we promise to do the same with Courtney. We will hold her close to our hearts, and we will always treat her with the love and kindness that she so deserves. Nathan and Courtney, we feel so privileged to be here tonight, sharing in this very special occasion with both of you, and we look forward to sharing with you in all of the special moments to come. If two people have the dedication and commitment it takes to make a marriage a success, we think you two certainly do. It's going to be amazing to watch.
I would also like to welcome Courtney to the family. However, I have to say she makes our family tree just a little bit shorter. If you would all raise your glasses with us, here's to Nathan and Courtney. We love you both. Wishing you all the best as you start this wonderful journey as husband and wife. Congratulations.
Well, after listening to the first few speeches, I'm feeling a little bit unprepared. I might be a little bit shorter than the rest. I thought I'd leave you with the good bits and save all the filler stuff. So, as Uncle Rick said, I'm Nathan's little brother, and if you have trouble remembering who's who, just look at our hairlines. Now, when Nate told me I'd have to give a speech, I was pretty excited, and it was for the complete opposite reason to Mom, because I had a highlight reel going of all of the stories I could tell about Nate. all of the things we've seen him do and the things we've heard him say. But I thought this should be a wedding speech and not a roast session. And that's also part of the reason this speech is going to be short and sweet. So growing up, Nate and I did a lot of things together. We played a lot of sports, a lot of video games, watched a lot of movies, and we fought a lot, especially when we tried to share a car in high school, which is why he bought the Mazda. Now, through all of that time, one of Nate's best qualities as a brother and a friend is that he's very loyal to the people he has relationships with. If you need somebody to show up for you, Nate will always be there. Now, one of Nate's worst qualities, quick turnaround, right? You see what I did? One of Nate's worst qualities is that he always has to win. You know, if Nate wasn't going to be the best at whatever it was we were doing, he didn't want to take part in it at all. And in that way, I thought Nate was in a league of his own. Until I met Courtney. I feel bad saying that now after all the speeches tonight because I feel like we're just beating a dead horse at this point. It's been brought up a couple times. If you want a more specific memory, I'm not allowed to say it here, but just ask Courtney about some card games later. Now, funny enough, that's also one of the reasons that I think Courtney and Nate will be so successful together and work so well, is because Nate's very frustrating. And I think that Courtney might be one of the only people on the planet who's both patient enough to put up with him, but also competitive enough and driven enough to challenge him. So if you all would, please raise your glasses, give a toast to the first step in a long and successful marriage for the two of them.
Good job, Ryan.
Thanks for keeping it clean, Ryan. Okay, next speaking is Courtney's sisters, two of Dougie's angels, Kim and Steph McCarricker.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Stephanie and I'm Court's oldest sister and one of her co-maids of honor today. Ever since last August, when Court and Nate got engaged, I've been thinking, I can't believe my little sister's getting married. I've been thinking it all through the wedding planning, the bridal showers, and all the events leading up to this day. And now, as I'm standing in front of everyone, I'm still thinking, I can't believe my little sister's getting married. I don't think it comes as a surprise to anyone here when I say that I love my sister. From the moment she was born, we couldn't have been closer, metaphorically and literally. From a very young age, we were taught by our parents to value family, to look out for and protect one another, and to love unconditionally with our whole heart. And that sense of closeness still holds true as the three of us are about 7 minutes apart in Strathroy. 7 is also the number that separates Court and I, the number of years that separates Court and I. It still seems like yesterday that Court was born. My sister Kim and I were just so excited to have another sister. And suddenly we blinked, and that sister of ours is this breathtakingly beautiful bride in front of us today. It's just so wild how fast the years go by. When I look at Court, I see the little kindergartner who'd come running at us full speed when she'd see us in the hallways. I see my mini cheerleader on the sidelines of all my soccer games with one of Mom's epic snack bags in hand. I see the little girl's smiling face at me when I'd rolled over in bed and she'd have snuck in beside me after she'd have a bad dream. And I see the little public schooler standing in my doorway asking for help with her homework. Like I said, time is one crazy concept. We've always been big on birth order in our family, and we'd always say that Court is such a classic youngest. So classic. She had Mom and Dad wrapped around her finger, and she always knew how to get them to say yes. From the time she was little, she's obviously been calling the shots. We've got home videos of Court from when she's like 5 years old and she's shushing Mom when Court wasn't done speaking. Court's always walked to the beat of her own drum. Kim and I did our degrees at Western. Court branched out and went to Mac. Kim and I both went to Teachers College, and Court knew for a fact the one thing she didn't want to do was teach. She's dedicated, driven, ambitious, and she always has a plan. And there's a reason why I call her Sarge. When Court dreams, she dreams big, and she makes it her business to make those dreams come true. And it's that desire to dream that led her to Nate. I couldn't have picked a more perfect match for my sister. We know Nate is the one when he does things like finish whistling Court's songs, answers Court's questions in Cedar's voice, settles in for the nightly Jeopardy viewage, knows the lyrics to the whole Moana soundtrack, and gets our family's level of sarcasm, which is no small feat. At family dinners, we always used to joke to Nate that he wasn't quite ready to be on meat serving duty, but I think he's ready now. Nate, our next goal is going to be to get you to partake in the family group chat, and again, no small feat. I know for a fact that our dad is ready for the male-female ratio to be a little bit more even. Him, Casey, and Quincy, our past and present male golden retrievers, can only hold down the fort for so long. And as for me, I finally got the brother I always wanted. These two are such a power couple. They know how to get things done. I've never seen a couple in their 20s execute a more seamless and well-organized move. I'll be thinking about doing something, and Court is already 4 steps ahead, and that's something she's always sure to point out. As the youngest of 3 girls, Court spent a lot of time on the sidelines, again with that epic snack bag in hand. And now I couldn't be happier that it's our turn to cheer her on. Court and Nate, my heart is bursting with love for you two today. It's been so beautiful to watch your relationship unfold. I love the life that you're building with my nephew, Ceedy, and I can't wait to see what's in store next for the Parkview crew. I love you both so much. Congratulations to my youngest sister and my new brother-in-law, Nate.
Hi everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I am Kim, Courtney's middle sister and co-maid of honor with my sister Stephanie. I first want to thank everyone involved in the wedding planning for their hard work and dedication. Everything and everyone have come together for an absolutely perfect day. And I of course want to thank my sister and Nate for their love and for including me on one of the biggest days of their lives. Growing up with Courtney, we were and continue to be very close. Some people have even mistaken us for twins. Court is my younger sister. But in many ways, I look up to her. You look absolutely beautiful today, Courtney. I think back to our childhood home where our parents still live today and to all the memories we shared. From playing dolls to sleepovers together to swinging on the swing set, Court brings a fun energy to every time we share. I even remember playing Barbies, and she would pretend her Barbies were listening to a fun song on the radio. Court used to say she wanted to live in her home forever. It was where she spent her entire childhood. In every new experience, Hamilton, Owen Sound, Courtney carried a piece of her home with her. When we would go on our Disney trips together, Court would joke that it was her home away from home. Like the foundation of a house, our childhood experiences are the foundation on which the rest of our lives are built. The summer of 2016 was very memorable. Court, Steph, and I had just come back from a Disney sister trip. Many of us here today were working at Storybook Gardens, or had worked there at some point in their life, even Steph briefly. Courtney, Nate, Lauren, Parker, Alana, Kayla, Jen, Hillary, and myself. Courtney and I were both camp counselors, where a few of the twin comments really started, and Nate was a ride operator. Although Nate spent a lot of time in day camp that summer. I remember one morning before the park opened, I was walking by Nate. I think he had just inspected the Ferris wheel, and he told me how much fun Court was. They had hung out in a friend group the night before, and it wasn't too long after that they started dating. Nate, I couldn't ask for a better person to marry my sister. You take care of Court and make her so happy. Welcome to the family. I'm so glad that you two got your storybook ending. You are meant for each other. You've already built such a beautiful life together in your home with Ceedie. And I couldn't be happier that you decided to live in Strathroy. You may not be down the hall from me anymore, but a 5-minute drive is not too bad. It takes many married couples years to achieve what you two have already achieved together. Going to dinner at your home, you're so in sync with one another. I encourage everyone here tonight to try and get an invite sometime to truly experience it. Both of you are nostalgic, and I love that at Christmas time, you see childhood ornaments on your Christmas tree, or a dishcloth from Nana, or Grandma Carolyn hanging in the sink. As you carve out the rest of your life together, a little piece of every home that you lived in will stay with you. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for you. I wish you both an eternity of happiness and love filled with lots of adventures. Let's all raise our glass to the happy couple. My sister Courtney and my new brother-in-law Nate.
Thank you, everyone.
Now the main event. Best man, Kyle Belaski.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the roast of Nathan Ball. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Kyle, and I have the honor of being the co-best man alongside Brian. I'm going to try and keep my speech nice and short for you guys tonight. To be honest, I had a novel written out, but after Courtney reviewed it and said I had to remove everything that wasn't PG, this is all I have left, so here we go. Thanks for your time. I'm just kidding. She didn't review anything, so for the next 5 minutes you can sit back, relax, and watch me hurl insults at my best friend. I'm going to do that by telling you how Nathan and I first met. And like the start of every good friendship, I hated him. I did. But here's why I felt that way. So it was the first summer of my high school career, and I had just gotten these brand new special edition Kobe Bryant basketball shoes. And these are the type of shoes that when you slipped them on, you felt like an all-star. So I've got the Kobe shoes, the Nike high-top socks, and the matching Nike shorts. And I'm just swimming in confidence at this point. So I head down to the school to play some pickup basketball. Now obviously, I was picked first after they took one look at that outfit. So I get with my team and we start to go over who we're going to guard. And the one guy looks at me and says, "Hey Kyle, you're tall. Why don't you guard Nate?" And I said, "Who's Nate?" And he pointed at this tall, lanky dude that looked like a mix between a 6-foot-tall baby with facial hair and an alien. Okay, now side note, I've always thought that Nathan was an alien. I don't know if you've seen the movie Paul. It's a movie about an alien that comes down to Earth and all he does is just eat human food non-stop. Sounds a lot like Nate, doesn't it? I remember this one time we went to Metro for lunch, and this man ordered a full chicken dinner to himself. It came with 4 large sides. And he looked at me in front of this Metro employee and said, "Hey dude, what kind of sides do you want?" Knowing damn well I wasn't going to get any of those sides. We went back to my house, and he ate the whole thing in less than 10 minutes flat, and then he sat back in his chair, stuck his little pot belly out, looked at me and said, "Dude, I should have got a second chicken." Tell me that's not an alien. This little baby Paul the alien sitting over there. So anyways, back to basketball. So I line up next to this man baby from Mars, and that's when I realize he has got the exact same shoes on as me. And not just the shoes. He's also got the Nike high-top socks and the matching Nike shorts. And I lost all confidence at that point. I couldn't do anything that day. I couldn't get a pass in. I couldn't get a basket in. At one point, I faked a phone call just so I could go home. I hated that guy. And it took me weeks to gain the confidence to go back to that court, and when I did, I definitely didn't want to play E.T. again. So when it came time to pick teams, I made sure to pick him on my team. And we dominated the court that day. And by that I mean I passed Nate the ball, and he did absolutely everything. And for the last 10 plus years, he's been kicking my ass at such things as golf, pool, holy board, and pretty much anything else that involves winners and losers. But at least I can honestly say one thing over Nate. At least I haven't ordered a family-sized chicken dinner with 4 large sides to myself. But in all seriousness, Nate has become the brother I've always wanted. Nate is a hard-working, dedicated individual who powers through all of his life challenges with a smile on his face. His positive energy brightens up everyone around him, and he has a heart of gold, and I'm so happy he has met someone as wonderful as him. Courtney, Nate, I love you both very much. I'm so honored to be here today. Congratulations, guys. I love you.
Okay, so as I was preparing to be MC, I sent out a text message, just asked the wedding party to send me some favorite memories that they had. And like Ryan said, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but competitiveness came up. The yard games came up with Heidi serving them meat platters. Beer pong came up. But a couple stories really touched me. Kim mentioned a trip to Disney, where her and Courtney rode all their favorite rides and then watched fireworks at the top of Splash Mountain. She said it was a magical moment. And I found it uncanny that Parker had a very similar story. It involved, they were at Storybook, and him and Nate were at the top of the carousel, all greased up, and Nate asked him to hold his feet while he fixed it. Now, he didn't use the words magical, but I think it's implied. I think it's implied here. And the other story was Tanya mentioning going to a Justin Bieber concert with Courtney and them squeezing into one seat, and I believe it was a special moment. Another special moment that comes to mind is Kyle and Nathan going to the drive-in. And it just so happened it was a chilly night, and they only had one blanket to share. And to Kyle, that was a very special moment.
Uncle Rick, the movie was Friends with Benefits.
Friends with Benefits. How appropriate. Now, I have a lot of memories I could share, but I think these ones that the wedding party gave up, they're a lot better. So I just wanted to invite Nate and Courtney up, and they're going to deliver their last speech.
In the holder?
Probably just put it in. Yeah.
Yes, I'm speaking from back here.
Do you want on here or do you want
It's E.T. It's E.T. Unbelievable. Hi, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, we want to thank you all for coming out and spending today with us. It's been really great, and we're really happy that everybody could come out. I want to say this is directed at Mom, but at this point I think there's a few other people that really expected me to be very drunk by this point. And I'm very sorry to disappoint you, but I'm still sober for now. No need to worry, everybody. There's still plenty of time to drink. The bar will open up after this. This is kind of our last speech here.
And a lot of that is thanks to Carrot Off for providing us with the open bar. But really, thank you for everything with the venue, the food, being so accommodating with all of our last minute changes, and making sure that today runs smoothly. So thank you. It feels so surreal to finally be standing up here with all of the wedding planning behind us. Really, this was like that moment that I was waiting for after all of today, all the stress behind us. Many people kept asking me what I pictured for the day and kept making comments like, I hope it was everything you ever dreamed of or everything you always imagined. And it really made me realize that I never really pictured the perfect wedding for myself or planned it out in my head. I didn't have any Pinterest boards, which may be surprising to some people. But honestly, instead I had so many dreams of our future and our kids and our home and growing old together. And even though I hadn't pictured this perfect, absolutely perfect day that today was, it turned out to be that day anyways, and it is honestly the perfect start to our future with everybody here today. So thank you again. We would now like to thank a few people individually, and so I'd like to take this time to thank my family, Mom and Dad. Thank you for your constant love and support and showing me the true meaning of family. To my sisters, Steph and Kim, for your time, effort, ideas, and helping me de-stress throughout all of this wedding planning adventure. To my cousin, Jamie Silk, for arranging the most beautiful flowers. And for helping us find our amazing photographer and videographer. Fedora Media, thank you for capturing all of the moments of our special day.
Trent and Sean, you guys have been great today. The pictures we would never have gotten without your guys' guidance, telling us where to go, when to go there. Really means a lot to us that you've helped us capture all these memories and that we'll have them moving forward. We would also like to thank our DJ Fresh Seas, sitting in the back corner there. We can't wait to hear what you have for us moving on for the rest of the night. I would also like to thank my family. Mom and Dad, thank you for guiding me through life and raising me to be the man that I am today. Did I miss a spot? Uncle Rick, thank you for emceeing for us tonight and keeping everything on track. It's really special to me having you up here with us since you've had such a big part in my life since I was a kid. To my sister Lauren, thank you for making the card box for us, and we hope that that card box gets used for many people, many generations moving forward. We appreciate all the time you took to make. We appreciate all the time you took to make this with our little nephew Onyx keeping you busy and our little niece Pyra on the way. Really proud of the mom that you have been. It's been really good to watch. To my grandparents, we're so happy you are here with us today. Thank you for setting such a good example for what marriage should look like. So many thanks.
Carolyn and Wayne, who I can now officially call Grandma and Grandpa. Thank you for representing all of the grandparents for us tonight. For Nate and I, our grandparents have played an important role in our life, being the centerpieces that kept all of our families so close. And tonight wouldn't have been the same without you. Tonight also wouldn't have been possible without our wedding party. Every one of you have played an instrumental role in our lives to help us get here. Emily Wilkie, soon to be my sister-in-law, Emily Ball. Thank you for always bringing your positive energy and lightheartedness to family gatherings, being authentically you, and of course, for keeping Ryan in line. Sarah, although we've only been friends for a few years, it feels like so much more. Thank you for teaching me to be a good dog mom and keeping me sane as the only two females hanging out with this group of guys. Oh, and I guess also for helping keep Kyle in line. Tanya, thank you for being my most thoughtful and caring friend, and for being there for me through all of my toughest and brightest moments. I know there are many more Starbucks beach dates for us in our future, where we can continue to chat about all of our life goals and dreams. My maids of honor, my sisters. What more can I say? I feel so lucky to have grown up with two older sisters,
Both of you looking out for me, protecting me, and cheering me on. And I know that isn't changing anytime soon. As much as I've always envisioned a future with my husband, my future has also and always will include both of you. Really, we know our future is going to include all of us, all of you up here today.
I knew that I'd made the right decision asking each one of you to be up here with me today, just based off your reactions. Every single one of you was so excited, and just as excited as we are, and it was awesome. Kyle, Huxley, I never thought I'd meet another guy who my clothing has matched with on so many different occasions. But who could blame us, because we look so good. Dylan, thank you for never leaving me stranded for a tea time, and for always having a story to tell, and for mocking Court until I somehow get in trouble. We weren't as close in high school as we are now, but thankfully that's turned around and you're one of my best friends today. Parker, it feels like not long ago that we were driving the gator around Storybook, pretending to work. And honestly, I really miss those days. Back then, you started introducing me to craft beer, and I will never forgive you for making sure that I cannot enjoy a Coors Light the same way. Alana, thank you for traveling all the way back here from BC a couple short weeks after you just got married. I'm grateful that you're here because I never pictured this day without you being a part of it. Thank you for being one of my best friends and helping me in more ways than you know. To my best men, Ryan and Kyle. Ryan, I can't believe that we pulled it together. Doesn't feel like that long ago that we were hanging out in our parents' basement, and now we're at my wedding with yours coming up later this year. I know that I'm technically the big brother, but I think in most cases I've learned more from you than you have from me. Kyle, for the past couple years, every life milestone that we've accomplished together. We bought houses 2 minutes apart and moved in a week apart. We got engaged within a month of each other, and the best part is none of it's been planned. It just comes up and we're like, hey, I'm doing that too. I've always been able to come to you for an honest opinion, no matter how difficult it is for you to say. Thank you for pushing me towards being more and more independent and making me strive to better myself in my life. I don't know if I would have made it to this point today without you as my best friend. To my bride, Courtney, thank you for tolerating me for these past 6 hours. I know that must be very difficult for you. I can't believe that today is here and it's gone as well as it has. We planned it on a pretty short timeline. Well, really, you planned it on a pretty short timeline, and you've done an amazing job. But anybody that knows you, as we've said, expected nothing less. Some of my best memories of us are staying up until 3 a.m. talking about nothing, both of us having to work the next day. Those 3 a.m. talks are now 11 p.m. talks, but they are still usually the best part of my day. I can't wait to see what the next chapter holds, but I'm sure it will include plenty of arguments about how many kids we will have. I love you, and I couldn't have asked for a better person to spend the rest of my life with. Almost there. Alcohol.
To my husband, Nate. Thank you for making me the happiest bride in the world, and now I get to say wife. We've been together for almost 6 years now, and each year just keeps getting better. I remember when I first met you at Storybook Gardens, when I was walking up to the Ferris wheel with my camp group, and you yelled out, "Hey kids, do you know where your camp counselor is?" Needless to say, no, we did not start dating because of Nate's impressive flirting skills. Instead, I was drawn to your kindness, your charisma, and your warmth. Really, one of the first things I noticed about you was how good you were with kids, which, yes, everyone is aware by now definitely had to be checked off my list. Throughout our relationship, you've always made me feel so comfortable. You push me to do what's best for myself, to relax when I forget to do that, and to help me make decisions. We've experienced so many big decisions over the past few years, And I think one of the easiest ones was moving in together. For the first couple days, it felt like we were staying at an Airbnb, and then it just felt like it was meant to be. Our future is bright, and all of our hopes and dreams that we talked about over these past few years are coming true, and I couldn't be happier. To be honest, you really are my everything. My best friend, my soulmate, and my partner for life. So cheers to us, for me officially becoming a ball, and now let's make it a celebration to never forget. And again, thank you to everyone for coming and supporting us, and we're now going to pass it back to our MC.
Gonna tell you how much I love you, though you think you already know. I remember I thought you looked like an angel wrapped in pink, so soft and warm. You've had me wrapped around your finger since the day you were born. You're beautiful, baby, from the outside in. Chase your dreams, but always know the road that'll lead you home again. Go on, take on this old world, but to me, you know you'll always be my little girl. When you were in trouble, that crooked little smile milled my heart of stone. Now look at you, I've turned around and you've almost grown. Sometimes you're asleep, I whisper I love you in the moonlight at your door. As I walk away, I hear you say, Daddy, love you more. You're beautiful, baby, from the outside in. Chase your dreams, but always know the road that'll lead you home again. Go on, take on this old world, but to me, you know you'll always be my little girl. Someday some boy will come and ask me for your hand, but I won't say yes to him unless I know he's the half that makes you whole. He has a poet's soul and the heart of a man's man. I know he'll say that he's in love, but between you and me, he won't be good enough. You're beautiful, baby, from the outside in. Chase your dreams, but always know the road that'll lead you home again. Go on, take on this old world, but to me, you know you'll always be my little girl.
But you never forget all the ones who love you in the place you left. I hope you always forgive and you never regret, and you help somebody every chance you get. Oh, you find God's grace in every mistake and always give more than you take. But more than anything, yeah, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know someday this life becomes all